So first, I'm Chris Trazick. I am chairman of the Heritage Commission here in Wethersfield. And I would like to say thank you to Ringrose and Freeman, our two Irish music performers. Jean Freeman is actually a resident of Old Wethersfield. She lives right around the corner. And you can find them on their website, ringroseandfreeman.com, and they are available to perform. But it was a lovely interlude, wasn't it, to introduce the program?
Yeah.
So Jean also teaches at the Connecticut Academy of Irish Music. She runs that, started it, and that is held at the Wethersfield Art Academy. So as you will soon learn, we have a lot of partnerships and collaborations here in Wethersfield. And I also wanted to say that thank you for coming. We are here to celebrate the designation of Wethersfield as the state's newest cultural district. And as many of you know, we have a tendency to be a little steeped in history. So also understand that you are enjoying the shade of the pin oak from the 1902 Constitution, where they rewrote the state's constitution. So you're enjoying a little bit of the state history as well here. So when the state passed the legislation creating cultural districts, it was kind of a no-brainer for Wethersfield. We have everything, right? So we are so pleased to be the first town in the Hartford region to be designated. We're fourth in the state. We had a little, hiccups here and there, otherwise we would have been first. But really, it's a culmination of the vision and the collaborative partnerships that have helped implement that vision. Our cultural district encompasses the historic village of Wethersfield and the Heritage Commission with our local historic museums, the business community of shops and restaurants, other cultural partners. We strive to increase the cultural opportunities and amenities for visitors and residents. Originally commissioned as tourism, the commission is charged to, and I quote, assist, initiate, encourage, and sponsor activities in all fields of culture and the arts for Wethersfield, and to strengthen the local visitor experience, promote business development in Wethersfield, enhance tourism opportunities, and enhance interpretive aspects of the community. Good things don't happen overnight. They take time, a little experimentation, maybe a little bit of regrouping, trying to figure out what worked, what didn't. The town council has been very supportive of our work over the years. They recognize the economic value that culture and visitors bring to a municipality. As a Preserve America community, we took advantage of a grant from the National Park Service to create a master plan in 2008. And here we are in 2022, right? So it gives you an idea how long we've been working on this. It's a master plan that is still a working document today. It's always referred to. We always figure out what next goal we can achieve. We've taken advantage of the state tourism marketing efforts over the years, and Connecticut Humanities has been wonderful. They funded our Heritage Walk, which was probably one of our biggest achievements in the last couple of years. And last month we had the unveiling of the business directory. So our role has been facilitator, convener, occasionally the nudge to get people to do what we want. We've seen an increasing number of creative entrepreneurs, expanded cultural offerings from Dean Wethersfield Historical Society, newer community events such as bicycles on Main Street that are going to become part of our long-standing traditions such as scarecrows along Main, and our annual spring encampment and reenactment. Our stakeholders include, and please, if I forget someone, raise your hand. Great Meadows Conservation Trust, Dean Stevens Museum, Wethersfield Historical Society, Wethersfield Academy for the Arts, Explore Old Wethersfield, which is the newly rebranded name for the Shopkeepers Association here in the village, and more recently, Times School. Our cultural district partners host concerts, lecture series, walking tours, community events such as the upcoming performance of Macbeth, which will be performed here on the lawn, or Porch Fest, which is coming up in August. And so with that, I would like to introduce our Lieutenant Governor, Susan Bysiewicz.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Good afternoon. It is nice to be here with everyone on this beautiful day, and I think Mayor Rell, this turnout is testament to why Wethersfield won this designation and why it's such a great place to live, because you have this very vibrant group of community volunteers who give of their time and their talent to make this great place even better. So thank you, everyone. As I look through the crowd, I know how involved everyone who is here is, and the governor and I appreciate all that you do. And I want to say thank you to our friends at the Department of Economic and Community Development, and you're going to be hearing a little more from Liz Shapiro in just a minute, Wethersfield's Historic Commission, and our great legislative partners and our municipal partners. It took all of us working together at the local and the state level to make this happen. And again, Mayor Rell, thank you for all that you do, because I know that your vision is very important. Establishing Wethersfield as the 4th cultural district in the state is a really big deal. As was mentioned, this is the first in the Hartford area. Ridgefield was the first, Torrington was the second, and New London was the third. So each community embodies what is great about our state. And here we are in Wethersfield to show off your very rich, artistic, cultural, and historic history. Here, there's over 375 years of history in this historic Wethersfield village, a living New England village. It's home to some beautiful museums, historic homes, shops, and places of interest for people of all ages. So I want to encourage people in Connecticut and people outside of our state to come here. Take a walk on the Wethersfield Heritage Trail. It's a 3-mile self-guided tour with all kinds of exhibit kiosks, and then you'll have the opportunity to walk through Main Street, the Cove, and Broad Street, and afterward you get to explore some beautiful restaurants, local shops, and maybe even some ice cream on a hot summer day. There you go. So I want to encourage people from outside of Wethersfield to come and visit. So many of you are here because you know all that Wethersfield has to offer. Wethersfield is truly a treasure of Connecticut, and we want people inside of our state and outside of our state to come and enjoy, and of course, spend lots of money. So with that, I want to thank all of our partners that helped to make this great event happen. I think it's going to be a boon not just to Wethersfield, but to our state as well. And with that, it is my pleasure to introduce the fearless leader of Wethersfield, Mayor Mike Rell.
So we wanted to wait and welcome Wethersfield to the newest cultural district.
Thank you, Governor, for that introduction. Fearless leader, huh? So, no heckling out there, Harry. Well, just before I start, I just wanted to give you a brief history of why I came with my family to Old Wethersfield. See, in my junior year of high school, I fell in love with a civics class. Social studies. I don't know if they teach social studies here anymore, but Mr. Champerovich was my junior year civics teacher, and he got me in the path to become a, believe it or not, history teacher. So I went on to the University of Delaware, again, a university steeped in history, obviously the first state, Delaware, first to sign the Constitution. And I continued on my 4 years being a history ed major. I got out of college in 1996 and took the summer off, came to Connecticut, back home. My mother asked me what I was going to do. I said, I don't really know. I got to get my master's, I got to get certified, I'll become a teacher one of these days. Then she said, well, I got this great campaign to work on. And in 1996, I started onto the path of politics. Put aside my history ed degree, and I'm not a teacher, but my wife says, you know, one of these days when you retire from politics and lobbying, you'll finish your dream and you'll end your career as a teacher. So I am looking forward to that. So obviously I've got history in my blood. I loved Old Wethersfield. My wife and I moved here. In fact, I called Chris and a couple others when I first moved to Wethersfield to volunteer my time. I didn't have visions of becoming a politician at that point or getting on council, but I wanted to join the Historic District Commission as well as the Heritage Commission. There were no seats on the Heritage Commission, but Chris did say that there was not an annual event, a milestone event coming up, the 375th anniversary of the founding of Wethersfield and that parade that went on. So I got hooked right then and there. My wife and I have ever since loved Old Wethersfield and everything that this community, and I see folks that I've worked with over the years on various aspects of making today's designation a reality. Wethersfield is steeped in history. It is over 375 years old now, and to have this designation placed on it is an incredible honor. I know we are the fourth, but we beat Windsor. I can do it, you know? Duly noted, yes. So, again, my appreciation to the Lieutenant Governor for coming, DECD, and the Arts Commission for the designation. It was, as Chris had said, it was a long battle or fight to get to it. It wasn't hard in the sense that we had to push out others, but we had to get everything together. The designation had to be, buttoned up, and it's the work of all you volunteers out there. Just to echo some of what Chris had said, Amy and her team from the Wethersfield Historical Society played a key role. The Shopkeepers Association played a key role. Obviously, the Heritage Commission, led by Chris over the years, played a key role. And the town worked side by side with each and every one of them as we went to this journey. I would like to recognize Joya Zach. Wethersfield does have a Economic Development Commission, led by our Economic Development Commissioner, Joya, back there. We have a team of Economic Development Commissioners that their passion for Wethersfield and getting to this point today, working with the shopkeepers, with the restaurants, is a testament to the hard work that has been done. One just real quick thing that just occurred about 2 weeks ago, and the Lieutenant Governor had mentioned economic development and building that tax base, which we always love to hear. But we just broke ground for the Putnam Bridge connection. And, even though folks that live on the other side of the river know the rich history and the restaurants and the shops that we have in Old Wethersfield, a lot of folks now, post-COVID, want to walk here. They want to ride their bikes here. And we're going to be connecting that bridge to Glastonbury, to Eastern Connecticut, so that they can come here, see the great shops that we have, the Webb Dean Stevens Museum, Wethersfield's rich history in the Historical Society, grab drinks, pizza, food at our local restaurants. Wethersfield's an amazing place. It's gotten much, much better over the last couple of years. And with this designation, hopefully not only the state, but the entire region, New England region, can see the gem that we truly are. And thank you to everybody who played a part in this. Very much appreciated. Thank you. And it is my honor to introduce Liz Shapiro, Director of Arts, Preservation, and Museums at the DECD. The last time we did see each other, it was a beautiful spring day. We did a tour around. Today is yet another beautiful day, so I like to say it's always sunny in Wethersfield for you.
Thank you. I would like to say that I bring the sun to Wethersfield, but that seems a little me-oriented here. So, and this is about you guys today. A couple things. Number one, just so you know, as a representative of the state of Connecticut, I do not get involved between the Wethersfield-Windsor situation. I have no opinion on behalf of the agency. However, after this, if you'd like to chat, I may have an opinion on behalf of Liz. And that's an aside. I've heard a lot, right, about the 4th, and the 4th is, right, the 4th, it feels like, oh, I wanted to be the 3rd, or the, you know, right? But here's the deal. You guys are the first in the Hartford region, the first in the central of the state, the first at the heart of the state. And I think that that is something that you all can take to the bank, and you should take to the bank. That is a major undertaking. So kudos to everybody who's here today. I have the pleasure of actually making the declaration. I love making declarations. Making the declaration that Wethersfield is now recognized by the state of Connecticut as an official state cultural district. So, hooray! I feel like there should be trumpets sounding and angels singing, and onions dancing, right? There should be all of that happening. I wanted to riff for just a second on this concept of stakeholders, though. I could go into all of my favorite things about Wethersfield, which I may still do, but before that, I'm going to riff about stakeholders. We have mentioned lots of stakeholders. There's been a lot of organizational stakeholders mentioned, but I'm looking out at you here, and every single person here is a stakeholder in the success of this town and in this project of becoming a cultural district. You all matter because you all are here because you love this town and you want others to love it. And you believe, like we believe, that putting the arts, cultural tourism, history, restaurants, hospitality, definitely ice cream, that's my favorite thing, together those are the components that make a town strong and vibrant. And they were the components in the past. And you guys know your history. They were your components of success in the past. And they will continue to be your components of success in the future. So I am thrilled to be here today. I first came to Wethersfield, and I came for a meeting, and it was at the Keeney Center. And I don't think I had any children, and my oldest is going to be 29. So it was a long time ago. And I remember exactly what I did that day because it involved a lot of food, and I have a food-related memory in case that hasn't become obvious. But not only was I in the Keeney Center, I was in Webb Dean Stevens, and I was in the Wethersfield Historical Society, and in fact, I've known Amy, a lot of years now, and I've eaten at your restaurants. I've had multiple ice creams at your ice cream shops. I enjoy a cinnamon scone. There's a lot of favorite things, right, about Wethersfield, but my most favorite new thing about Wethersfield is the day that I came to make my visit. And I'm really glad that the mayor said something about that, because usually when we make these visits, like there's a bunch of people with us and we go on a visit, honestly, it felt like a quarter of the town was at this cultural district visit. And we had representatives from everywhere. And then we were, everyone from DECD who could join wanted to join. I think everybody from the town of Wethersfield who expressed any interest or knew that it was going to happen, who could join, would join. Greater Hartford Arts Council, who is your regional service organization for arts and culture, and I see my colleague Kate in the audience, was there. We were all there. And we were living Wethersfield that day in all of its glory together. That's my new favorite experience in Wethersfield. So you guys, congratulations. We are so proud to be working with you. You know us, you know me. I know you, you know my team. Now we're all friends, and that means we can do great things together. So thank you so much.
I'd like to introduce our local representative, Amy Bello.
And thank you to Lieutenant Governor and to Liz for being here today to honor the town of Wethersfield with this designation. I'm so proud of our community. Like we've heard from other speakers before me, we're a community of volunteers. We're a community of people who care about our town and want to share all the great things that our town offers with other people throughout the state and the region. The collaboration we've seen to get this designation is remarkable. We have the Historical Society and the economic boon from our new businesses in town and small business owners, and the Webb Dean Stevens Museum across the street. We can't forget the Cove. We now have boat rides in the Cove, and as the mayor has mentioned, within the next year or so, we'll have a pathway that'll bring bikers and pedestrians, not just from Glastonbury to Wethersfield, but all the way up. We can go all the way up through Hartford, and eventually Riverfront Recapture will connect all the way up to Windsor. So when we look at our community, we don't look at it as just Wethersfield. We look at our region and how a cultural designation will impact us regionally and bring people back into our community. Thank you all for being here today. I appreciate the opportunity to speak, and I look forward to working with all the partners in our cultural distinction. Thank you.
So I'd just like to close out the program. I am so sorry. My apologies. Senator Lesser.
Thank you so much, Chris. And, the downside to being last in the program is that all of the Windsor jokes have already been told. So there goes my material for the day. But look, the thing that has always impressed me about Wethersfield is just how much the community punches so far above its weight. And the magic, and I think other speakers have alluded to this, I know the mayor has, is that the secret is collaboration. Right? It's that you have businesses and nonprofits and state and local government all working together and making sure that the community works. And as a result, when I go out to the other towns that I represent my district, when I talk to people from around the state, people always talk about coming and spending an evening in Wethersfield, whether to go to a cultural event. I was joking with Mayor Rell 2 weeks ago when we did the groundbreaking for the Putnam Bridge that it was a vital lifeline for Glastonbury residents who needed to come to Village Pizza. And whether it's to go there or to the Charles, where I like to bring my in-laws when they're in from out of town. There is so much happening here. Always, whether it's at Webb Dean Stevens or here at Keeney, there's always something happening in the town, and this is just one more opportunity to showcase the history of our community here and all of the wonderful cultural offerings, the restaurants, the shops that make it a special place. So I'm thrilled. It is long overdue. We should have been first, but we'll take fourth, and just glad to be with all of you and really excited about this designation. Thank you.
Designation recognizes the commitment, the persistence, the efforts to create a vibrant, thriving community. And everyone has recognized all of the community partners, and so many of you are in the audience, so I just want to say thank you. It's been so great to work with all of you. I especially want to thank our Wethersfield Onion today, who has been graciously He has been wonderful. He did a little Irish jig to the Irish music, so thank you so much for being with us. As residents of this community, we are aware of the charm, the ambiance, the uniqueness that we offer. We encourage visitors to come and experience historic Wethersfield for themselves. And I'm going to use our tagline, where every season is filled with events, culture, shopping, and dining all in one historic and culturally diverse place. So visitors can learn more about us at historicwethersfield.org. We also have wonderful business cards with QR codes that give you a list of upcoming events, the business directory for the Village of Old Wethersfield, as well as for information about the Heritage Walk. So I would like you to encourage other people to use these. These will be available as visitors come in. And at this point, I'd like to say thank you for coming. Please join us for a brown bag lunch that you can enjoy while exploring the district or in the shade here at the Keeney Center. I will also say we have far more people than we expected, so there may not be enough to go around, just giving you that fair warning. But thank you so much for coming.